I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? Yo. Oh, I we'll be right back. Just. Welcome back to the show. Okay, listen, all right? There's no words. You can get us on dreamchasersradio.com. We just don't go right into the interview because I can't hold this anymore. I just want to welcome to the show Miss Shirley Murdock. It's morning.
All right, yeah. When we slept the night away. Hey, Yaya, how are you, girl?
Good, Miss Murdock. How are you?
I'm great. Considering there's a pandemic out there, have you heard?
No, what pandemic?
Yeah, right. I'm doing well. God is good, and I'm really honored to be here with you today to share and just talk to the folks. So, I'm just gonna roll with you. How about that?
Oh, I love it. It's just amazing. Your career is just, did you know that this was going to happen? I mean, did you even have an inkling? How did this begin for you?
I had a dream. You see, and your show is called Dream Chasers. That's right. I had this dream, and I think that a dream, God gives all of us a dream. He drops this little deposit, which is a glimpse of ourselves in the future. It's connected to our passion. It's connected to our talents, those gifts that he gives us. And it's that thing that will not let you go. Maybe you thought about it when you were a kid, but it always comes back to your mind. You go to bed thinking about it. You wake up thinking about it. Honey, that's your dream talking to you. So my dream spoke to me at a very early age. I believe, Yaya, that I came out of the womb singing because I never remember a time when I wasn't able to sing. And I've been singing like a grown woman ever since I was a little kid. So I know that was God. And then when I saw the response of how people responded to this gift, that also let me know that God has touched, not only given me the gift, but he's touched the gift. He sits on the gift. His presence is in the gift. And so I remember being a little girl growing up in Toledo, Ohio, watching those black and white Saturday matinees with a little curly-haired white girl by the name of Shirley Temple. Okay, her name was Shirley, so I could relate. She was young and she could sing and dance and act. On the good ship Lollipop. You might be too young for that, okay? But I remember seeing myself and saying, one day that's going to be me. So I saw that glimpse of my future self. And so I knew that one day, I would be able to sing all over the world. But as I began to grow up and as I began to grow in my relationship with God, I thought that it was only going to be in the area of gospel music. So that's where I was headed. In my mind, I was headed toward gospel music, but those doors never opened for me. But the doors to R&B kept opening. I kept denying. Then one day I met a gentleman by the name of Roger Troutman. Roger Troutman from the group Zapp. And so he heard me singing on a tape that my cousin came to visit and heard me singing Jesus is Love by Lionel Richie, the Commodore song.
Right.
And so, Father, help your children. So he heard me singing that and wanted to know, did I want to make records? So when I came back home, because I was ministering with a crusade, we were doing revivals all over the country. And I came back home. I got laid off from there. And then I came back home to get my old job. And I heard about this Roger Troutman and this Zapp. And I'm like, well, who is Roger and what's a Zapp? Because I was really mainly into gospel music. It's not like, I had my head buried in the sand. It's not like I didn't hear songs on the radio, but I couldn't equate, the song with the artist. And so I went to Dayton. My older sister and I went to Dayton to talk to Roger. And I said, thank you, but no thank you, because I want to do gospel. They said, we don't have any connections in gospel, but if you ever want to give this music a try, we want to help you. So I left there, Yaya, thinking, God, here's one more time, nothing but R&B. What could this be, the door that you're opening for me? So after much prayer and talking to my family, I walked through the open door by faith, and the rest is history.
Wow. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Wow. So, I mean, okay, so you knew it was no, like, you came out, it was like, and it was, doctor. Oh, that is awesome. So what about the support of your family? A lot of people have support and a lot of people don't. When you were going towards that secular area, because back in the day, child, it was a no. You just,
well, see, In my family, it was all music was always in the family, was always around the house, especially on them Saturdays when you clean up the house.
Oh
Like,
yeah, child, the music gotta be going. Be
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
hey.
Right. And I grew up, in Toledo. So I was just like, less than an hour south of Detroit. So Motown was big in my house. And so there was Stevie Wonder, Gladys Knight, back in the day with the Pips. And there was the Jackson 5 as I was coming up, young people like I was young and talented. And most of all, Aretha Franklin. Oh, Lord have mercy. Honey, I thought I was Riri. Baby, honey, I'd be in front of the mirror with my hairbrush as my microphone. And I would throw my head back. Don't send me no doctor. Fill it up with all those pills. Got a man by the name of Dr. Feel Good. And he takes care of all of my pains in my ears. 9 years old, right? And Mama said, baby, now I know you don't know what you're singing about, but you sound like you do. So why don't you just leave that alone till you get grown? All right. So I had those types of influences, all those singers. My mother liked the blues, my father liked jazz, but my brothers and sisters, they liked where it was popular, So music was all, and then I sang in a church choir. And that's another thing. I think one of the reasons why I love Aretha so much, because not only was she the queen of soul, but she never forgot her gospel roots.
That's right.
See that Amazing Grace album, and she just never forgot. So I could always relate to Aretha.
Wow. Being from Chicago, and Dayton, Ohio is no different. You did have that music, but you had those church roots. The churches in the basements and stuff like that. I mean, you went down it. What?
Yeah. But my family was so supportive. They really were. They were really encouraging because they understood that I had this gift, and they never wanted me to hide it. They never wanted me to be something, to diminish the gift. And they were just, whatever I wanted to do, whatever I felt, they were supportive, and they followed me. So they didn't go like, no, you can't do that. I think one of the reasons why I'm glad that I didn't get discovered as a young girl, I didn't get discovered until I was about 26 years old, is because it gave me an opportunity to come into my own Yaya, to know who I was and whose I was. So that I had that firm foundation in my relationship with God. And so, and that guided my principles, so I never separated my spiritual life from my secular life. They're blended in. What you see is what you get. Hey. And so, and I also had the support of my pastor, and so, but a lot of people in church, they didn't feel like, that I should sing secular music. But I understand, because I think they're afraid that you go out there and would lose your soul.
Yeah.
So I understand, but because I've had this personal relationship with God, that I said that led and guided me through on my path. And so my testimony in mainstream is not alcohol, because I didn't drink before the records. I wasn't doing drugs before the records. I wasn't sleeping around before the records. So I maintained true to myself. Am I perfect? By no means. By no means am I a perfect person. But my heart was always toward God. What would you have me to do? What is my destiny? What is my purpose? So just fulfilling that purpose and using the gifts that He's given me, and trying to, wherever He plants me, just be faithful to who you are and whose you are wherever you're planted.
Yes, definitely. It sounds like you have a ministry, girlfriend. Do you have a ministry? Because you're preaching here. You dropping now. Come on.
Yes,
hallelujah.
I do.
Tell me about it.
If you were to put, I don't really like titles, because I think you shouldn't say about it. You should be about it. And so, but the call on my life is the call of an evangelist, and that's to look for the lost wherever they are, and to bring them the good news that God loved them so much that He gave His one and only Son. We're coming up on Resurrection Sunday and Good Friday and the sacrifice, and so he's like, God is not mad at you, baby. Right. He so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son to reconcile you not only back into a right relationship with Him, but to put you on the path that will lead you right to your destiny, for your how come I'm here, why am I here, what is my purpose. And so to be able to share that good news, and to entertain people with the songs that they love, like As We Lay, Husband, Going Without You, Computer Love, In Your Eyes, I Love Me Better Than That. But to sing in a club, right? And to at some point say, what do you do when you've done all you can and seems like it's never enough? Child, you just stand when there's nothing left to do. You stand, watch the Lord, watch him see you through. So people need good news. That's what gospel is. It's good news. And I don't care where you are, you know, in your walk of life, you're a teacher, preacher, ditch digger, garbage can collector, whatever. Everybody needs some good news. So I try to share the good news wherever I go, along with this entertainment, because to me, entertainment alone is not enough. Entertainment will lift you up for a while, but if you can speak life into and encouragement into somebody's life, like the old folks, so they might be able to go another further.
What you talking?
What you talking, girl? What you talking about? Go Jamaican. What you talking about, Doug?
Definitely. My gosh. So, okay. So everything said, you knew you were going to be this amazing vocalist. You didn't understand that the door that was supposed to be open was not open, that you believed, and the one that wasn't supposed to be open was open. So you went into this door. When you had your first single, when you got your first hit, how did that feel for you?
It was amazing, you know, to hear yourself. It's crazy because I always, when I hear myself, when I hear my speaking voice back, even when I hear my singing voice back, you always sound a little funny to yourself. Everybody else, you know, they love it. So it was kind of weird, but yet it was exhilarating, and it was very fulfilling to be able to, after all the years of working and desiring, and for it to finally come to fruition. And even though it came to fruition, that wasn't everything. That was just a jump off, you know. So they have this great opportunity, you know, people are listening to the records, and people would take the time to not only listen to your records, but buy your records and play your records and want your autograph and want to take a picture with you, all those things. It's very humbling because there's so many choices out there, Yaya. But if they decide to listen to you, I think it's so important to say something to them that's going to bless their lives. You know, speak truth to power. You know, no matter what the situations or the scenario is, just to even if you can get some life lessons out of the music. You know, I came up at a time when music not only reflected what was going on in society, but it was also very, very romantic. You know, the lyrics, the lyric content was so romantic. Like, bet you by golly, wow, you're the one I've been waiting for forever. Oh, I love that song. You know, in every woman, you know, there's a spark of magic in your eyes. Candyland appears. Come on now, that's a lyric, baby. You know, and and you know, if a guy didn't have a good rap, you know, he there was always a song that could speak the sentiments of his heart. Or if he messed up, you know, there was a song, I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. You know, and the doo-wops and all that. You know, music was so powerful, especially in the African American community. You know, that was the thing that, you know, in the midst of not having equality or equity, our music kept us going. Whether it was our gospel music, what's going on? You know, right. You know, Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions, James Brown, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. You know, Black Butterfly. You know, we people who are darker than blue. So many. Donny Hathaway. You know, Young, Gifted, and Black. There's so many songs that really spoke to the community and spoke to our hearts and encouraged us and made us feel like we were special, like we were something, and to be valued. To not only value yourself, but you can't value anybody else till you learn how to value yourself. So when we can value ourselves, we can spread that out to the community and value one another.
Right. You know what, girlfriend, you just took me through a whole loop. Like, you took me all the way back to when I was a kid making my mud pies.
Come on, see? I remember that.
And we played Double Judge, mud pies. What was it? The stars with the ball and the hopscotch.
That's it. We played Double Dutch. We played Mother May I. We played we played Jack. Remember Jacks?
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. With the stars with the ball.
Right.
And the paddle ball.
Right, that too.
That thing break, it was like it was the end of the world.
I know.
I'll just tie it back together again.
Or how about this? You know, when we were going hula hoops, remember hula hoops?
Oh God,
girl, I could hula hoop, bring that thing up to my neck and bring it up. Yeah, I used to do that. I have too much dimension now. I can't really do the hula hoop like I used to back in the day.
It hoops, but it don't hula.
Oh, you're right. Ain't no hula in that hoop.
Ain't no hula in the hoop, girl. Ain't no hula.
No. And we even took hangers and used them like a steering wheel when we were playing going down the street with our car. So we used our imagination, you know. So that's one of the things I think is kind of missing today. You know, we didn't have much, but we used what we had.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wow, girl, you just took me back. And it's like all of these songs, they spoke. And I hear you have a new one out as well. Tell me about that.
I do have a new single out called "People Get Ready," and my husband and I were this was all influenced around in 2020. With not only the pandemic, where so many people lost so many loved ones. I've lost loved ones myself, or had people who had it, but they recovered. But it was just devastating, this invisible enemy, COVID. And there was also all the vitriol that was in the atmosphere, the left side, the right side, and the middle side, and all this the inequity and George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and so many others. And so we were praying for unity. We were praying for a cure to COVID.
Right.
All the things, but when you're praying for something, you're praying, believing that it's going to happen. And so you have to prepare yourself as if it's going to happen. There's no pregnant mother that I know of that when she finds out that she's pregnant, getting ready to have a baby, doesn't start getting that nursery together, start buying up them diapers and everything that a baby would need. So you're preparing because something's coming. So when we pray and we ask God, Lord, because the world is going crazy and the world needs this healing. And now we have 3 vaccines. And and now we've got a new administration. We've got the stimulus package that's getting ready to come for people who have not been working. All of my work was totally shut down because everything that I do, whether it's concert, whether it's the plays, whether it's the film, everything. Or even ministering in church inside the 4 walls.
6 months.
That's right. Well, a year in Ohio. Ours started in the second week in March.
Yeah, that's when ours started. I was out 6 months, and then we started getting 1 gig. And
well, mine started canceling. I did 1 gig in January, and then everything shut down. My whole calendar shut down. But one thing about the everything works together for good.
Everything.
The pandemic. Ain't no sense of wasting a good pandemic. So the pandemic gave us all an opportunity to hit reset in so many areas of our lives, Yaya. Whether it's reset your relationship with your husband, your wife, your partner, with your children, it just gave us because we were forced to be home and be in each other's faces and to relearn one another. Because like for me and my husband, and he's the music director and the keyboard player for Zapp. So sometimes we're together, sometimes we're in 2 separate places. And so our son just started grad school, so he came back home. He at home with us, and so the 3 of us were together. But if I had to be stuck with anybody, I'm stuck with Devin and Dale. But you go to the grocery store together, you plan your meals together, you do everything to make sure that everybody's safe. We had our own little bubble, and we did everything we could to stay safe. And so we wanted to make this deposit into the atmosphere of do a song that would promote healing and hope and change. We're debating on whether or not we should write a song because we're songwriters and we produce together. But we went back and like we talked about before, remembering how we came up with music that spoke to what was going on in the society. And we ran across "People Get Ready" by Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions. So we redid that, and then in the Vamp, I kept it pretty much the same, but in the Vamp, I kind of had to go to church a little bit. So, right. But it was a song to let people know that the train of change is coming and that you don't need no ticket. All you got to do is get on board.
That's right.
Faith is the key that will open up the door. So come on and board them.
That's
You
right.
don't need no ticket. All you got to do is thank the Lord. So I thought that this would be the perfect song that would speak to what was going on in society, to remind us that there is hope.
Yes.
That change is happening, because if you don't prepare for the change, you'll miss it.
Yes.
So didn't want nobody to miss it, you know.
Yeah.
So we really just believe that this song would be a blessing to everybody, and so far it's received, you know, a really good response. And we also did a lyric video to go with that, and that can be found on my YouTube page, where, you know, didn't want anybody to miss the story. I'm kind of in there just a little bit. To me, the words are the star, not so much me being the star, but the message was the star.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm hoping to grab that video and go ahead and put it at the end of this interview. I have had such a wonderful time with you, Miss Murdock. Man, I tell you, if you had to give advice of people who maybe didn't expect that this, you know, like you said, the door for gospel wasn't open for you, that unexpected door that's open, what kind of advice do you give to the person who has that situation right now?
Well, first of all, I get like grandmothers and things that come to me and say, "Hey, my grandchild is talented. What should I do?" And I just like, I wish I could give you this book that said the how to, but I can only give you my testimony. You know, seeking first God's kingdom and His righteousness, His way of doing things, and all these things will be added unto you. I understand that also that your gift will make room for you. And bring you before great men. That's also what happened for me. My gift made room for me. To make room mean wasn't no room for you, baby. But God he'll take opportunity and part it like the Red Sea and stick you right there in the middle. You just got to be ready. You got to be ready to go. But while you're waiting, you're not sitting on your hands waiting. You're actively waiting, doing all the things that you can to make yourself better, to make yourself prepared. So when that door does open, you will be ready. So if you're a singer, you practice your singing. What's different between now and when I was coming up? There's so many things available right at your fingertips, right on your computer screen, on your computer screen. So because there's the World Wide Web, and all of this information is available. You can go online and get a vocal coach. You can get a master class for whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it's writing. You can learn how to do dances online. There's so much available online. So you do the possible and watch God do the impossible.
Hey.
So don't get weary. You will reap the reward if you don't give up. Just don't give up, and just understand that in the meantime, you're being processed. Like I said, remember I told you, I think I came out of the womb singing.
Yes.
Well, I didn't get discovered until I was about 25, 26. But by the time that happened, look how much better I was from when I was a child. And not only that, I came into knowing myself. Because the music, you want to go into the music business or into this arena knowing who you are, because you don't want the industry to tell you who you are. You need to come in knowing who you are. Therefore, you got a foundation. You keep your family and your friends and people who know you close to you. Those people who will tell you, "Child, you know that's crazy." Honey, don't be out there acting like a fool, you know. And then, and if you have your spiritual army around you that would keep you uplifted, encouraged in your spiritual life, because you got to have balance. I remember when I gave my life to the Lord, my mother said, "Baby, don't be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good."
That's right.
And what Mama was trying to tell me was, you know, yes, you love God, and you know, there's your spiritual life, and then there's your regular life, you know, your secular life. You know, as long as we're in this world, we're dealing with the secular. So let's not get confused. Exactly. But you gotta have balance in your life. So Mom was just trying to teach me balance, you know, to not be so holy, you know, so holy, 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 that I can't see the person over there hurting. to see how I can bring this into what they're going through to encourage somebody. I think about the parable of the Good Samaritan, how there was this guy who had gotten robbed. Jesus told this parable. This guy he got robbed and beat down, and then a priest came by and he didn't have time to deal with him. Somebody else came by and he didn't have time to deal with it. But a Samaritan, who somebody was an outcast, from the Jewish people, he stopped and picked the man up, took him someplace to get him cleaned up, left some money for him to be taken care of. So we have to be have our hearts open to be able to be a blessing wherever we go, wherever God plants you. So the main thing is to be encouraged. God gave you a dream that will not die. He is not only the giver of the dream, but he's the keeper and the fulfiller of the dream. Right. And no matter how long it take you to get there, it don't matter, because when that day comes, baby, you just don't matter. You'll be celebrating, and just be encouraged and don't give up.
Don't give up. Wow. Miss Murdock. Wow. Thank you so much. Somebody's been touched. Somebody's gotten that message. And I know you have. If you've been touched, don't forget to go ahead and go to Miss Murdock's. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. So that's Shirley Murdock, the number 4 real, REAL. I'm on Twitter at Shirley Murdock. And I have a fan page on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel, and I have a website, ShirleyMurdockLifeSongs.com. And our ministry page is prayingforyou.org, PRAYING, the number 4, YOU.org. That's our Facebook page and our website. And so if you go there, you'll find more about our ministry. It's a church without walls. People call in from all over the country. Every Sunday, we have a Sunday worship service at 3:30. My husband preaches and I sing, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we have what's called the prayer wall. So we'll post on Facebook and let people know that the prayer wall is open if you have any requests. And so they'll either call into the number that we'll put up there, or they'll just post it right there on my page, and we'll lift that prayer up to God and just trust God for the answer, believing that not only does he hear, but he answers prayer. So to be able to minister to people is really the call on my life. But I'm so happy that God has shown me how to fix this gumbo of being able to entertain people with those songs that they love from back in the day, but also leave them something in their life to be able to go another further.
That's another further.
Another further.
Miss Murdock, man, I tell you, I had such a wonderful time just to have you in my life, at least for this past few minutes. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Your life is just amazing. And, you have taught me so much just right now, and I hope that you've reached as many people as you can reach. And if you want to contact them, we'll have all of that information on our website. If you're listening to us on our podcast, or if you're on 100.9 FM or 1580 AM, just go ahead and go to dreamchasersradio.com and go and look for the Shirley Murdock blog. And then we will definitely have that information there for you. So that
and before I go, I want to celebrate you.
Me?
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for having me, on your show. But I'm just so happy and excited about the wonderful things that's going on for you with Dream Chasers and your 501. Yeah. The girl is doing the thing. Yes.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful what you do with the young people. I think it's amazing. And maybe, we talked offline, off the air, but we might be able to get together and do something together. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing. Yes.
So congratulations, darling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And tell your mama I said, hey.
I will. Well, she gonna hear this because she always listen to her. Now, what you talking about, you ain't tell her where I was, right?
So that's our secret.
Thank you, Miss Murdock, for being on the show.
My pleasure,
Yaya. Thank you guys for tuning in to Dream Chasers Radio, wherever you are in the world. Be blessed, don't stress, and be different. Until next time, bye. Now, see, you didn't tell me about this. I thought we were done.
No, girl, we ain't never done.
We were done. And then you brought it out. The Holy Spirit said to me, to get the music. And instead of saying music, I said...
You said movie.
I said movie. Now,
It's amazing because I do have a movie coming out in the fall on Netflix.
Girl,
It's
tell me
called
about
The
it.
Matchmaker, and I
Okay.
played the matchmaker. So
Oh,
I'm very excited about that. If you go to my website too, Shirley Murdock, lifesongs.com,
mhm.
we have listed like all of my music, my discography, and every film that I've done too, because the urban plays that I've done have turned into film. So
Mm.
and the icon is there. If you hit the icon, it'll take you right to where you can find it. So a lot of great things.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you,
Oh
thank you.
my
So
gosh.
that's another one of those Shirley Temple dreams coming through.
Hey.
So the singing, the acting, and the movies, yes.
Yes. You know how we used to do it back in the day.
That's right. Pilo got it now. My husband calls Nancy Pelosi Pilo. So Pilo. Yes.
All right,
yes.
we're done, guys. Okay, bye. Go away.
For real this time. Say for real, right?
For reals,
All right.
though. For reals. All right, you guys
Mwah.
dare to be different. Mwah, bye.
Take care. Bye.
Oh gosh.
I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare to be different.